is Peter Rose. Welcome to the Australian Book Review podcast. It's been our pleasure this week at Boyd in South Bank, Melbourne, to welcome our colleague Catherine Noske, editor of Westerly in Perth, based at the University of Western Australia. Catherine has been here doing a kind of visiting residency. Catherine, welcome to ABR's podcast. Tell us what brings you to Melbourne on this occasion.
It's really lovely to be here. It's a great experience for me to see the functioning of a much larger organisation than Westerly is, and I'm here because I was lucky enough to have the support of the Australia Council in coming to take up the residency with you guys, just to begin to work out how Westerly can begin to put in place some more sophisticated structures, some new initiatives, how we can begin to really expand our operation and see what the magazine can achieve.
You've been editor now, I think, for about a year and a half. Many of ABR's readers will be very familiar with the magazine, and it's one of our most venerable literary magazines. There seem to be, from what you've been telling us this week, a lot of changes going on there. I wonder if you could fill us in. Yeah,
there have been a lot of changes. It's been a really exciting time to be involved. I think really the biggest new change is that Westerly is slowly but surely developing a digital profile, a platform of digital publication. And we've seen that with the introduction of our new website, which was launched just the start of this year. And this is because we've really been making an effort to reach out to readers in new ways and really see how the print version of the magazine, the beautiful traditional book format, can be extended and expanded through digital technology. And that's not to say that the print is superseded by this site. It's the print publication is still very much our primary focus, but we've just been trying to rethink strategies for opening up the print publication to new readers, opening up new possibilities for emerging writers in particular, new ways for writers to publish and engage with the magazine, and see what we can offer readers above and beyond the print publication itself on the biannual basis. So, for example, we've launched our new Writers Development Program online, which will see writers from rural and regional areas able to engage in editorial and professional development with a really wonderful group of mentors through Skype meetings with a travel bursary to support their travel into the centre of Perth, and also the chance to publish online and use that reach and that scope of audience to help develop their CVs. So it's been an exciting time working out new ways to open up Westerly Magazine to readers and writers alike.
And I was impressed to hear that you've got an ebook now, that the new issue is available as an ebook.
Yeah, it is. This is new for us as well. Our first issue coming out this year will be the very first Westerly ebook to be released, commensurate to the print publication. In April this year, we launched our first online special issue, which was ebook alone, and gave again a great range of both established and emerging authors that different avenue of publication in the magazine. These things together are going to help increase Westerly's ability to reach readers and make us much easier to read whilst overseas. So hoping to expand our international audience as well and really open up the magazine a bit.
I suspect that the new digital forms actually benefit print editions. When we launched our digital edition, ABR Online, I don't know, about 6 years ago, I really wondered if we'd have a print edition in 2 years hence or whatever, or if the numbers would fall. In fact, I think the number of print subscribers has risen slightly, and I think that's just because of the greater awareness you get, and especially among younger readers. Tell us about the composition of the pages. You're not exclusively WA in orientation, are you?
No, we're not. And look, I think that aspect of digital publication has been part of the learning curve for me here with you guys this week, seeing what you've done with digital publication and how that opens up the magazine to that really wide national audience, gives much more scope for readers from other states to engage with the magazine, has been wonderful. So our magazine is very much attempting to represent Western Australian voices, but doing so in a mix with other national writers, with international writers, and aiming to achieve a nice blend of writing coming from right across the nation. So at the moment we have about 60% Western Australian writers and 40% writing from elsewhere. We're hoping to see that reach about parity in the next few years, and really see the magazine become a very much a national magazine, a voice for Australian writing as opposed to purely Western Australian focused. And I think the capacity for digital publication is really shown, for example, in your podcast. That's been wonderful to see. The way in which that focuses in the states of poetry on different states and draws those voices together to represent a national literature has been lovely. And I think that's really what we want to see Westerly do as well. Give voice to different areas of the country, give the scope for writers right across the nation to be represented, and yet bring that back into a volume which has some cohesion to it in reflecting and responding to Western Australia as a place as well. And offering Western Australian voices that scope and coverage in interacting with a national audience, national readership, and with writers from across the country.
Yeah, because certainly for WA writers, because you're working in a state where, unlike Victoria in particular, I suppose, there isn't an abundance of these journals, so your role becomes important. But I've been struck by the fact that your openness to voices, scholars, writers outside WA is exemplified by the contributing editors and advisors that you draw on. You came bearing gifts at the start of the week, a really chunky new edition of Westerly, volume 61, number 1. Always a nice moment to see it, and verging on 300 pages. Tell us about the new issue.
It's really exciting, this issue. We're very, very happy to have it coming out. It's the second largest that Westerly has ever produced, which is a feat in itself. And it is focusing exclusively on Indigenous writing and culture. So it includes work from Kim Scott, Tara June Winch, Melissa Lukashenko, Bruce Pascoe and Wayne Barker, and a whole range of other people, including some really wonderful emerging writers. So we've got Alison Whitaker, who was a Black and White Fellow. We've got Paul Collis as well from Newcastle, who's got 2 beautiful short pieces of prose in there, which I really love. And we've got contributions from some really unknown voices. We have a couple of boys from Mulan in remote Western Australia, 14-year-old boys who've sent their work in and are representing the future of Indigenous writing in the country.
What a fantastic opportunity for them. That's just great. And that, I think that mixing, which we try to practice at ABR too, of mixing up the elders, if you want to put it like that, of Australian letters with newcomers, and certainly you can imagine the buzz those adolescents will get in appearing in the same issue as Kim Scott and Tara. That's fantastic. Tell us how can people get their hands on volume 61, number 1 of Westerly?
We'll be launching the volume on August the 17th in Perth, so if you're listening to this from WA, please do come along. We'll be launching down in Fremantle at the Orient Hotel. But otherwise, log on to our website, which is www.westerlymag.com.au, and you'll see the issue front focused on bright centre in front of the first page, which will give you a lovely outline of how you can find the issue, how you can access it, both in print and digitally for sale.
Oh, that's fantastic. So there you are. You know how to get your hands on the magazine now and get right behind this terrific periodical in a new phase of its history. Catherine, it's been great to have you at ABR this week, and I'm delighted that we've commissioned you to review for us. Catherine's going to be reviewing Maxine Bennifer-Clark's 2 new books, a memoir and also a poetry collection. So thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Peter. It's been really wonderful to be here.